Matt D'Avella is the award-winning director of the documentary Minimalism. It's on Netflix. It features some guests we've had on the podcast in the past, like Colin Wright, and we had Matt on the podcast, so that's what this video is about. So in today's video, I want to run through the best of that podcast episode. Here is my conversation with Matt D'Avella. First, we talked about how Matt created minimalism.
Yeah, it just started out with, let's just start filming as much as we can. Let's explore this idea of minimalism and simple living, and let's see how far we can take this thing. And then we went through many, many iterations and many versions of the film before we were finally, had something we thought we were confident that would be received well and that we were proud of.
Then I wanted to talk about marketing. So we talked about how to create an initial sales bump in iTunes.
I would say the one big thing and the one big takeaway I had from the distribution was having an audience going into distribution is incredibly helpful. And so two of the producers who are also in the film are Josh and Ryan from a website called theminimalist.com. And they had built up that website at the point of the release of the film to probably a few million people a year that would go to their website.
We talked about how to create a watchable film.
I mean, that is really at its core, a big part of making a good film is is it watchable? Is it engaging? Does it pull you through? And now everybody can make a documentary, and people that don't have a ton of experience with it are getting into it, which I think is great. I encourage people to try to pursue this if it's something that they're really passionate about. But I also come into it with 10 to 15 years of experience as a filmmaker. So I kind of knew storytelling, not on a large scale like a feature-length film, but I kind of had a pretty good intuition about how to carry somebody through a story, that's key. What
to look for in a first cut?
Yeah, so I know for a lot of filmmakers, a lot of editors, and I edited the film myself, the beginning, the first cut, the very first rough cut is usually so rough, it's embarrassing, you wouldn't want anybody else to see it. And I've worked with some editors before, and I've talked with others who've done well, and that's usually how it is because when you're working on a feature film, when you're working on something that either has funding or producers or partners, you need to get everybody's input and feedback, and you need to make sure the vision is, cohesive and everybody's on board with where the film is being taken.
How not to lose your story in the process?
The best advice I ever got was if your story doesn't change along the way, you're not listening. And I think that's mainly true for a documentary, but I'm sure that's true for narrative films as well, where you may have to change things in the moment. You may have a whole idea of how this shoot is going to play out, the entire script. But then when you get to the location, you realize, the lighting's not working, this isn't working, the actor isn't feeling it, and you have to make changes on the fly. It's very much true for a documentary.
Then we talked funding. How did he get the money to create the movie Minimalism?
We funded it ourselves. So we didn't, going into this film, they had a decent audience. But we didn't really, we weren't proven filmmakers, and to get a budget for a film, it's a little bit more challenging, and that obviously takes a lot of groundwork. But honestly, I didn't think we needed it, because going into it, I had the filmmaking skills to actually produce and make it, and I was confident that I could do that. And Josh and Ryan had connections within this community. They were able to set up interviews, and down the road, they were the ones that helped with the major push at the distribution. So we were like, all right, let's just kind of pool our money together and go bit by bit.
We talked from a marketing point of view, the release strategy for the movie Minimalism.
Yeah, so the first thing was actually we did a month-long release on Vimeo, which for no real reason, but to make it very simple and have one place to go. We'd never done this before. We didn't know about how to even put it on iTunes or go about any of that. And Vimeo just seemed like the easiest way to do it. And in hindsight, I think we would have attempted to try to get connections first and contact Vimeo and say, hey, we're planning on doing a limited release. This is our audience size. We expect it to be pretty good. Can you give us any kind of additional promotion? Could you put us on the homepage banner, or could give us a cut in terms of how much you'll be taking away, in turn giving them exclusive rights for a month for the streaming. So that's one thing I would have done differently. it ended up working out fine.
Then we talked about how he got an intro to Netflix.
It was Gather was the third party company, and then they then found another company that was working with Netflix. So that's how it worked out, and very far removed from me who made it. So it was like 3 or 4 steps of connection.
If you want that full episode, you want to hear the whole conversation with Matt DiVella, that is down in the description below. If you want the proposal that we use at Lorelia to sell documentaries, let's say you're in video production, you want to sell video production too, that is over at experiment27.com/proposal. You can have that for free. Subscribe for more videos like this, and if you could think of anyone that would get value from this, I would love if you would share the video with them. I'm Alex Berman. Thanks for watching.